We heard about the Bradburn Group. We were taking a walk on our street and we noticed one of our neighbors was using Bradburn Group to do renovations in their house. And so, these were people we had gotten to know well, and they had spoken very highly of the Bradburn Group, and, we went from there.
We heard about the Bradburn Group honestly from reading reviews online, Google. You contact, a number of contractors, and we ultimately just felt most comfortable going with the Bradburn Group.
I think in the end we chose Bradburn Group because we felt a connection with Jay and Jordan. They walked through the space with us and we were really on the same page.
Chose Bradburn for the project mostly because of the reviews, but also someone that I knew had referred them. And we did research and we really wanted something that would be dependable and reputable.
We chose the Bradburn Group because a close friend of mine had strongly recommended them, and we really trusted my friend and said that they were fantastic, and that she had had a couple of friends that had also used the Bradburn Group and loved the results. So we just thought that we'd give them a shot.
We chose the Bradburn Group because of their expertise and their communication throughout the entire process. From the start with conversations with Tori all the way to working with Jay and Jordan to meet every aspect of the renovation that we wanted to.
We had our initial meeting with Jay and he came in just very organized, listened to what we wanted. He just seemed to answer all the questions and made us feel comfortable. And then through the process, it's just been wonderful. Zach was here every step of the way.
We chose the Bradburn Group because the efficiency of communication right from the beginning. We had initial conversations that moved directly into the drafting and the staging of what we hoped to become this amazing millwork behind me. And from there on, after scheduling, it was very easy and simple, and it happened in a very quick, efficient manner.
We chose the Bradburn Group because of the open communication right off the bat. We met with them and right away felt very comfortable with Jordan. He was able to see our vision, bring it to life, talk about some different approaches that maybe we hadn't thought of as homeowners.
Bradburn was referred to us by our real estate agent. After meeting with Jay, got along well with them, and they've done a great job. Very pleased with their staff as well as all of the sub-trades.
We saw the results from other projects they've done, and it looked really good, and that's what we wanted. The experience was really, really smooth. It was easy, I guess would be the best way. So top marks.
What impressed us most with the Bradburn Group was their level of professionalism and communication. They addressed any issues we ever had, and we were never left wondering what was going on. From beginning to end, it's been an excellent process.
The communication has been amazing. Every step of the way, they lead you through what options there are and what the costs are. So it's really transparent, and we left our home in their hands, and the results were amazing.
We always knew what to expect from day to day, which was terrific.
And you know what? And they were always just a phone call away if you needed to talk anything out with them. So that was always very helpful too.
They were very transparent about timelines, pricing, scope of work, and that just made us feel really comfortable with them.
What impressed me the most about Bradburn was the open communication with knowing everything going on about the house.
I would say the communication was terrific. They had a number of different ways to get in touch with us, but the one thing that I found really super duper helpful was the app.
We had a myriad of detail work that was not necessarily one trade, and as a result of that, I myself couldn't have coordinated that kind of work. And I think that's an expertise that is brought by the Bradburn Group.
Were very transparent in their communication to us as what was happening each day. Yeah, it all worked out great.
Quality is outstanding. It's second to none. Even the smallest detail, if something was wrong, they were here to fix it.
I think my favorite part of the space is seeing it all come together, how the kitchen flows into the living room. My wife loves the pantry, or the hidden pantry that's gotten put in, and really the quality throughout is excellent.
The stairwell that was done by Expert Railings really sets the house off when you first walk in.
The island is also amazing. So we didn't have an island before. We were blown away with the beauty and how large our island is.
The quality of trades crafts individuals that came through, from flooring to obviously the millwork itself, but even the preparation of the wall behind it, and then obviously the coordination of those various trades.
As far as quality goes, I mean, you can see the quality. They've done a great job with this entertainment unit. They were very helpful in troubleshooting the closet area that we wanted done.
They did kind of a whole revamp on the main level of our bungalow. New doors and new casings, new window trim.
They were reliable. They were always on time. There was always something going on. The team was amazing. Ben and John and Aaron, Zach, they were just excellent people.
They communicated very well, and their employees were very, welcoming, and they're easy. If there were any issues, which there were very few of, we could discuss and talk to them openly about them.
The thing that impressed me the most about the Bradburn Group and the whole team that was here was their professionalism. They came to our house every day. They were always available for questions and quickly responded to any issues, and really took the time to explain to us why it was important that we were doing this, or different options that were available to us.
So through the app, with Jay and Jordan, but also with the tradespeople that worked with them and suppliers that they put us in touch with. And every single one of those people seemed to care for our home and our renovation as much as we did, and as much as Jay and Jordan.
All the trades that they brought in were very professional, showed up, and their quality of work was excellent.
They use an app that made communication very seamless. So if I was up at 5 a.m. and had a question or an inquiry, I could type in a message what was on my mind, and then they would respond, during the business day, or call, or when they were on site, they would address the issue. It just made it really, really easy to kind of get my thoughts out when they were on my mind. And they were always very quick to reply, either by text or messaging through the app, a call, an email, or in person.
The online portal was a great tool for us to be up to date on the project. We weren't living here for the majority of the time that the renovation was going on, so we could go on there any time of day or night, see what the progress was at the house. And as with any renovation, there's changes, there's adjustments that get made throughout the project, and that portal kept us and kept Bradburn accountable for those changes and kept everyone in the loop.
I also really liked the pictures that they shared every day, so we could see the progress, because we were not in our home for a lot of the renovation. So the constant communication and updates with pictures of where they were at was really helpful.
The software, obviously.
The app is amazing.
Yeah, the app was pretty amazing. Pictures every single day, updates every single day. We were out of the house for a month. They were so open, and the communications were always fun.
Everything was uploaded to the app, included pictures of what we wanted, invoices, the schedule, so we always knew what to expect from day to day, which was terrific.
The online portal was a great tool through the project. Right at our fingertips, we could see at any given point where things were from a scheduling, what was being done that day, and it allowed a line of communication really at all times with the team.
The online portal, I think, was, communication is huge with any kind of project, and especially renovation.
The portal supplies pictures, so you can see what was done that day. You can see the progression. There's a calendar that lets you know who's coming in on which day. It's very organized and very reliable.
We would have no qualms recommending Bradburn. It was a great experience, and we're really happy we went with them.
We've recommended Bradburn Group to one of our neighbors and to friends, and we would continue to do that. I think the overarching theme with them is that it's a very collaborative experience with them when you're working with them on a renovation.
Oh, I would absolutely recommend the Bradburn Group. In fact, we have recommended the Bradburn Group.
It was such an amazing experience, and I'm just so happy with the end result.
I would gladly be providing a referral for the Bradburn Group.
We were very happy with the Bradburn Group, and we would certainly recommend them to others in the area, and actually already have to some of our neighbors.
We would recommend them to anybody. I mean, like I said, we've been through it with contractors in the past, and the biggest thing is communication and then getting the job done, and they certainly hit both of those, with flying colors, so we're quite pleased with them.